Hey guys, welcome back to the Reed Homestead. So today we're going to do the asparagus bed in my daughter's old kiddie pool using a tomato cage, some bug netting. The pool's already got holes in it for drainage. So what I'm going to do is take some of the bug netting. I got that on eBay, 100 feet by 20 feet. I think it costs like 30 bucks. But it's really saved the fruit trees from the Japanese beetle. I've got a ton left over. I'm going to line the bottom of the pool with the bug netting. That'll keep the ants out. So if you do container gardens without grow bags, the containers have holes. Even if you have a base in your container, once that goes dry, the ants get into the holes and they nest in the bottom of those pots. So, word of advice, line your containers with bug netting or use grow bags. Simple. What I'm going to do is line this bottom with bug netting and then use the rocks to keep it in place. Then we're going to put a layer of leaves between the plastic of the pool and the netting. So we'll have a little insulation. It's going to get really hot here in North Carolina. So what I'm going to do first is I have some transplants. The asparagus was getting blocked out by a lemon balm bush. Wasn't getting enough sun. So I already dug them up. Let's go take a look real quick. Got a lot of stuff to get in the ground. We got vine ripen tomatoes, beefsteak tomatoes, eggplants. Just got the cucumbers, second harvest of cucumbers in yesterday. This is one of the super hot plants that's starting to ripen. It looks like it's going to peach. So, might be a peach primatale. Not sure, but here's what we did. The soil that I'm using is just, I bought some topsoil, 2 bags of topsoil. I put in 5 shovelfuls of compost from my pile. It's been eating food for about a year and a half, so that soil is really black. Got some huge earthworms in there. What I did is back here, that's the lemon balm right here. This started off as a small plant last year, and it grows into a bush. I had the asparagus right back there. See that cabbage growing? That's where the asparagus was. So I had to, it wasn't getting enough sun. This thing, unless you keep it really trimmed, it grows into a bush. It blocks everything out. So I've transplanted just about everything. You know, I've been told not to transplant if trees are over 2 years old. I've done it. The key to transplanting is you don't want to go in too shallow. You know, if this is your plant right here, okay, it's grown in the dirt. If you go in too shallow, you're cutting the root ball. So what you want to do is go in at about 30 degrees. Get under the root ball. Don't worry about the rest of the roots. See, look. Okay. So you got the root ball intact. All those roots are fine. Okay. So go in, you know, there's your plant, right? This is the soil line. Go in at about 30 degrees. Get underneath that root ball. As far as the rest of the roots, they'll grow back. Don't worry about it. So these are the ones I'm going to transplant in the back of that kiddie pool. And then up front, I'm going to seed new asparagus. I have some extra shade cloth over here. So if I need it, just so those the sprouts don't wilt in this heat. But let's get started. So the soil, topsoil, 5 scoops of compost, and then I have potting soil for container plants. It's specially formulated for roots, whatever, doesn't matter. And I put a big thing of perlite in there. There's ash in there. There's biochar. And then finally, I use Dr. Earth. It's really good stuff as far as all-purpose fertilizer. We're going to mix all that together. Line the asparagus bed with bug netting. And then we're going to scoop up some leaves and get this started. Be right back. Stand by. All right, as far as the bug netting, like I said, this stuff's pretty affordable. 100 foot by 20 for like 30 bucks, 40 bucks on eBay. The idea here is I want to use twice as much as twice the length of that pool, at least. I mean, I have enough. So, pardon the flip-flops. I got a nasty blister. So, you got to keep it aired so it heals. Make sure we got the right side here. Well, it doesn't really matter. Let me get this cut and we'll get this lined up. Stand by. All right, so here's the idea right there. Rocks are going to keep the bug netting in place. I'm going to get some soil in there. First, I'm going to take some of these weeds here and just line the bottom and then put some leaves on top. And then I'm going to set my tomato cage first. Where is it? Here it is. So that's going to go right in the middle. Okay. We're going to line that with weeds and then some leaves on top. Leaves, brown, is great for compost, but it's also a natural mulch. You know, if you got leaves, you got access to a forest or anything, get bags of leaves and just mulch them up in your lawnmower, and you can use that as mulch, you know, for your compost bin. Anyhow, let's go ahead and get this. Stand by. All right, so what we have is a layer of green. It's just some of those weeds and grass clippings. That's down there first, and then I put some leaves on top of that. Now we're gonna fill that with soil. Stand by one sec. All right, so now we have the soil in, and what we're gonna do is line the pool edge with some leaves. So leaves between the pool edge and the bug netting, just for insulation. We'll get that done and be right back. All right, so what you could do is just pull on the netting and just tuck it in, tuck the leaves in. So all the way around, you have insulation between this hot plastic and the soil. All right, this is what it looks like. Okay. All right, now you have insulated bed for the asparagus to grow in. I learned this because the last time I used this, I had ghost peppers in here, and it used to get hella hot. So now let's go ahead and transplant the asparagus into the back. As you can see, the shadow. So this is west, east is behind us. We're going to transplant to the back and then seed up front. Stand by. Let's get this done. All right, so there are the transplants. Almost take up the whole pool, but it doesn't look like much now. Wait about 2 weeks and this should be booming. Let's go get some seed and we'll go ahead and sow some. We've got the bug netting will provide some shade, so hopefully the seedlings don't wilt if they start to struggle. I've got shade cloth right here, stand by. We'll plant some seeds. Okay, so what I like to use when I'm seeding is worm castings. So what we're going to do is we're just going to go in here, create just a little hole. You know, asparagus only takes 7 to 10 days to start sprouting. I think I got about 15 or so left. 15 or 20. So we're just going to create some holes here. Now we're going to fill these holes with little worm casting. Great. Seeds love this stuff. Very nutrient rich. So just go ahead, sprinkle it in. That's the magic sauce right here. That's why you want compost. Do your own compost. You get the worm castings, which are great for plants. All right. So I'm gonna go ahead and seed these in just a minute. Okay, so after you do the hole and you put your worm casting in, what I do, you just do a little hole, put your worm casting in, put the seed in, then just pinch it. That's all. Pretty simple. So we're gonna go ahead and water this in. One sec. Right. So we got it all watered in. I ended up sprinkling a little of the all-purpose fertilizer, 463, Dr. Earth. You can use Job's or whatever, all-purpose. I also have compost tea up there that I use on my plants, and that works really good. You gotta, wait for these roots to set, and then we can start using some of the compost tea down here. But let's get it tied up and look at the finished product. And there she is. That, my friends, is a baby pool asparagus bed. Transplants, seedlings in there, bug netting, task complete. We'll keep an eye on this. You know, if the bug netting inhibits the asparagus, at some point they will. Asparagus gets pretty tall. We can always cut the bug netting out. Use deer net, keep the deers off it. But in the meantime, this won't produce this year, but next year I should have asparagus. And we love asparagus here. Bacon, grated cheese, awesome. A little sea salt, some pepper. It is the bomb. All right, y'all. Well, I hope this video was instructive. Hope you got something out of it. Until next time, green thumbs up. All from the Reed Homestead. Have a great day, and God bless.